Hi, I'm Amaka, the girl who lost her joy for creating content but has refused to stay stuck. And I am currently taking steps towards getting my joy and groove back, and I'm sharing my journey with you. This is episode 1 of Back to Creating, a series where I document my honest journey back to loving content creation one step at a time. And I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for everyone who have lost their joy, passion, and inspiration for creating content and want to get it back. So this is not just my journey, this is our journey. Let's get started. Before we can figure out how to get our joy back to creating content, we need to understand how we lost it in the first place. And that means going back to the very beginning, to the version of us that started this whole thing in the first place. So why did you start creating content? Why did I start creating content? And personally, I'm going to be very honest, very honest, because the pretty answer would be to say, oh, I wanted to help people, or oh, I wanted to make an impact, I wanted to share my knowledge with the world and all of that. And I won't be lying, that will be true, but not the whole truth. The truth is, I started creating content because I wanted to make money. That was my number one reason, and that was in 2020. At the end of 2019, December 2019, I was in a very bad place financially. I was a fashion designer who wasn't getting any jobs, wasn't making any money, no profit, nothing. And I was just stressing myself, and I was tired and fed up. I started coming online little by little, and I was seeing the kind of things that people were doing, how people were making money, and that got me really interested. By the end of 2019, I started researching what are the things I can learn to make money. Then I was in John Obidi's group. I can't remember the name of that group anymore, but I was there on Facebook, and people were just sharing a lot of things. That group really helped me, and one of the things that I decided to learn was animation, and I could see how people were making money teaching animation. So I learned it very, very well. I was so good that I started teaching it to people. In fact, I started my content creation journey in February 2020, and by I think March or April, I hosted my first class and started making money online. And the more I created, the more I showed up, the more I realized that making money was not the only thing that kept me going. One of the things that kept me going was the messages, the comments, the people who said, oh, Amaka, I watched your video and I understood this thing that I had been confused about. I took your course and I've been able to start my content creation journey and make money from it. I took your course and I've been able to create better content for my business, things like that. And I realized that I wasn't just making money, getting income, I was also making impacts. And before you know it, that became my real why. Helping people, teaching people what I know in a way that actually makes sense to them, helping businesses thrive, personal brands show up using the skills that I had spent years building, helping people build and grow their communities. That became the thing that made hitting record and showing up consistently, that made everything worth it. So what happened? How did I go from genuinely loving what I was doing to where I am now? Well, let me tell you. The thing is, it didn't just happen one day. It started quietly, little by little. I started with clients' work, handling accounts for clients, being very, very busy with clients' accounts, clients' pages that I didn't have enough time to show up for myself. And then when I show up, the times that I started showing up or trying to show up for myself, I started comparing myself to other creators. I would open Instagram or YouTube, see someone who started around the same time as me or even later than I did, and we're growing fast. Thousands of followers, viral videos, the beautiful settings and all of that. And I would just sit there and look at myself like, what am I doing wrong? Why is it not working for me like that? Am I not doing enough? Don't I know enough? Or maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Things like that. And the dangerous thing about comparison is that it doesn't just make you feel behind. It makes you question everything that you thought you know about yourself. And that is imposter syndrome. And it's very sneaky because it doesn't just arrive loudly, it's just quiet. It's just the quiet whispers. Who do you think you are to be teaching this? Who do you think you are to be doing this for this person? There are people out there that are doing it better. Why would anyone choose you? Why would anyone follow you? And the mistake I made was that I listened. For longer than I should have. I entertained it longer than I should have. And on top of that, I was too hard on myself. Honestly, I have not seen anybody that is as hard on me as I am on myself. I judge myself for every single thing. So you see, the joy did not just leave all at once. It left in little pieces, from one bad comparison here to one harsh self-criticism there. 1 week of not posting that turned into 2, that turned into, well, the rest. And here's what I want you to take from this episode. Know your why. It matters way more than you think, because when everything else starts to feel heavy, when the numbers, the algorithm, the comparison, the pressure, your why is a thing that is supposed to hold you. But if you have forgotten it, or if it has gotten buried under the whole noise, there is nothing, or there will be nothing left to hold on to. So before you try to fix your consistency or your strategy pillars, go back to your why and ask yourself honestly, why did I start? Not the pretty answer, the real one. Then ask yourself, is that why still alive, or have I let the noise bury it? Because I think for a lot of us, the why is still there. It's just waiting to be remembered. For me right now, it's no longer going to be about the money. That is just going to be one of the added benefits. But it's more about the impact. It's more about me showing up for that one person that needs what I have to say. That person that God is sending my way, and sending and giving me a message for that person waiting for me to show up. That is who I'm going to show up for. So your journey starts with remembering. See you in episode 2, where we'll go back memory lane again. But don't worry, this time it gets even better. I'll see you there.